Nothing better than a M18 Milwaukee Fuel 1/2-inch impact gun. Thing will rip your nuts clean off. So, looks like the back side of this box here was bolted on. Got 3/4 inch, so we know where that's gonna be. We'll set that right there, because I'm a one-man show today, so we're just gonna put that wrench there, and then we're gonna go down to the bottom here and impact the son's dump truck. Impact the bottom nut off here. Hopefully it's 3/4 as well, just so I don't have to climb under it 8 times here. There we go. Oh, did it? All right, so this was set up by the person I purchased this trailer off of. I would have done this a little bit different, but hey, to each their own here. Jeez, at least. Oh, pop that on the upper side. There we go. Something to sit on that. The drill in there might keep a little weight for us. There we go. Alright, try again. Hey, there's a win. Alright. Washer, nut, rubber bushing. Not bad. Not a bad setup. Alright, we'll switch it over to the other side. Ooh, that nut is hot. There we go. Switch this system over. They were not planning on this thing ever coming off, I'll tell you what. That's a serious setup right there. Go. All right, here we go. All right, one more. Should have brought my ear protection. This thing's loud. It keeps. There we go. That was a little easier. It's like we knew what we were doing. Come on, rubber bushing. There we go. You know what the sad part is, ladies and gentlemen? These bushings and washers we put on all this equipment, this single washer costs more than just drilling a hole through a penny or a quarter. It doesn't make any sense. Whoop. Okay. Hot nuts. And I know there are going to be a lot of viewers that rip on me for using Ryobi tools, but I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I've had a bag of Ryobi tools that my parents bought me 14 years ago. This is the exact same drill. I'll be honest, I've used it commercially. It works fantastic. If you listen closely, well, you can't even hear it right now. A lot of times you can hear the freaking brushed motor grinding away in there, but not right now. Still working. Drop those. Would have been smarter if I would have carried the wheelbarrow over there to put this in, but future projects, we're gonna take a few more of these D-rings that you can see right here, and we're gonna weld probably every foot or two on here. And I know you can run to this, but a lot of times if you're not using chains and binders, if you're using just straps, the hooks will not fit through here properly, and then you have a hook that's half on. On a D-ring, they hook right on, there's no problem, but when you're trying to hook them through a side rail like this or stake pockets, it doesn't work great. It's less than thrilling. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna use a little mixture here, and I'm sure there will be comments about this, but used motor oil is one of the best preservatives for wood. It just preserves well. It soaks in really well. It holds up to weather really well. So what we're going to do is we're going to put half of this thing full of used motor oil. I prefer a little bit lighter weight because you have to cut it less, but then you put a 50% diesel in there as well. And what it does is that cuts the oil down so you can spray it. It also helps it soak in. Obviously, do not play with fire around this. You gotta let it sit for a day or two. There are all kinds of possibilities there, but generally speaking, that is not an issue. People understand that oil and diesel are flammable, so yeah. Also, if you look into different deck sealers, I mean, you have polyurethane, you have all kinds of different varathanes, but all of at least the ones that are really well, that work really well, are petroleum based as well, which means you're using the same base product to seal your deck, no matter what you're doing. It just comes in a little bit more of a refined form. And yes, I know that this does not have any UV protection as like a standard deck sealer would, but for cost to price ratio, so what you get out of it, an excellent wood sealer. So we're going to make a 50-50 mix here. We're going to pour some of this in. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a 50-50. It could be a little bit less, a little bit more, however you want to do it. Generally speaking, I do about, right about there. That's about half. 5 quarts of that, and then we'll do 5 quarts of diesel, and that should work well for us. There we go. Grab a diesel can. I use red fuel. We run red fuel. We don't have any diesel trucks, so nothing on road. We're all off road anyway. So we use off-road fuel because it is a heck of a lot cheaper, especially in the state of Pennsylvania, where the state and the government love to tax our fuel, along with everything else. So before you actually may start your major project, what you're actually working on, what you best ought to do is try it on a piece of something else. So what we're going to actually work on sealing the our firewood stand as well. We'll do a little practice on that. It's been sealed with this before, but that was about 2 years ago, so it could probably use a little bit of spray, and we'll see if the mixture's right. Kind of adds a nice color too. For anybody who tries this, you'll recognize the smell. If you've ever been to a theme park, this is exactly, I mean exactly how they seal all the wooden rides. All right. We should be pretty good there. So, let's go ahead. We'll pump her up a little bit. Yep, there it is. Yep. We'll get a little spray here. Now when doing this, ladies and gentlemen, you may have to do a couple layers, couple coats. I know a lot of deck sealers are a one-time coat. This is not a one-time coat on the very first time. After this, it will be a one-time coat. You do once in a while have to give it a shake up too, because your diesel will come to the top, your oil will settle to the bottom. So, let some pressure out of there. And let her sit for a little bit. A few hours, I'll come back, do a second coat. You can see the trailer deck is definitely a darker color than when we started, and even from earlier. You can see a few dark lines in the center. That's just where kind of the oil is run, and that's usually where the board is the least strong or the weakest point. You'll see it kind of soak in there and kind of gather there at the most. It kind of cups and dips in a little bit, but it's looking really good. We're gonna let it dry overnight. That's 2 coats of our mix, and hopefully we won't get any rain for a day or two. But even when you apply this stuff, even if it does rain that night or that day, you're usually still pretty good. So you might have to do a quick spray, but that is 1 gallon of the 50/50 diesel used motor oil mix. So looks pretty good. If you guys have better ways to do it, I would love to know. So please, in the comments, let me know what you think. Let me know what would be better to do, or how to do it better mix or better product, or whatever the case may be. I would love to know. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. Would really appreciate it and would really help the channel. Look forward to seeing you on the next one.